Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today, we did some Terraria for the first time on this channel. Well, second time actually. But, if you do guys like what I do here, make sure to come over to the channel. I try to stream every day around 7 p.m. US Central Time, or earlier than that. Just be aware in your sub box. And make sure you have notifications turned on if you are subbed to the channel, so you get my videos that are published and you get notified of those. But let's get on with this. So, today's first topic was, when I booted up this Terraria world, I had 3 main goals. A, armor. B, just get weapons. C, needed a magic mirror. So, we ended up trying to get those weapons. I'm going through for a ranger playthrough as we speak, and so here is me trying to assemble houses. We'll speed it along. Before we do that, I decided to go down to the cave system in order to get better gear and to get better armor, because that's what I needed most as a Terrarian right now. Because prior to beating Eye of Cthulhu, you need 2 things. You need your platinum armor, and you need decent weapons. So, I headed down to the mines. Let's get to it. You see, down here in the mines, you have all sorts of enemies. You have slimes, you have creepy crawlers, you have just skeletons that can throw bones at you. Everything that can basically kill you wants to kill you. So, what do I do in this scenario? I play it out like a little bitch. I hide in a corner. I build around me. This is what I do. But anyway, back to mining.
You are better than I remember. But still predictable. Predict this.
But anyway, back to some more mining. While I was in the mines, I found this odd structure. What could it contain? What was the fairy leading me to? And it's a flail. Never mind, it's useless. Get it out! Now, I'm not a person of bad omen, but hear me out. I'm not a dumbass, but now, of course, me at the time thinking that this was a decent weapon because I didn't really have a proper rage build, probably thought this was the best idea. It probably still is, I'm not gonna lie, while editing this. But this did not turn well for the rest of the playthrough. I totally ditched it as soon as I got, another weapon. But a little known fun fact about flails. If you hold mouse 1 with flails, you'll end up spinning them around. But you gotta hold them for a specific amount of time before they end up launching off of your character. Which, this took a little getting used to from my perspective. As you can see right now. But they are really good as, little mine traps that you can set. Unless you're a dipshit like me. But besides the point, you can end up getting some decent kills, and you can just become, as I quote, a blood weed whacker. Or a lawnmower, if you prefer, depends. But anyway, back to more cave shit. Now you see, right around here is where I start getting a little goofy. And by that I mean I just ate shit and died. My next train of thought was, alright, if I can't go down that far, what if I expand to the little right? So, that's what I did. You know what? After dying, I reconsidered if I can't go down, I might as well go to the right. So, I now adventure to the right. Let us begin. Now, arriving at the corruption is every Terrarian's worst nightmare, or at least for every beginning Terrarian. It is a hellish landscape if you don't have the right materials. Luckily, that flail that I got earlier really came in handy dealing with the Eater of Souls. And it makes for a good weed whacker getting those vines out of the way. I make a decision of entering the hole, which, didn't really bode well for the rest of this, but it did give me the one thing that I needed for this run.
A gun.
So I go on my way to break some Shadow Orbs. That's our next goal. After taking out some Eater of Souls, I find those Shadow Orbs. And just like that, we got our musket. This Ranger run, off to a good start. With that order of business solved through, I end up having to redefine my entire crafting station below my first ever base. See, what I did here was try to go for a grid pattern. It didn't really work out the way I first designed it, but nothing ever works out your first try. Just like most of my takes.
Don't you notice how I get quiet when there's no one else around? Me and you and awkward silence. Don't you dare look at me that way. I don't need reminders of how you don't feel the same. Oh, the burning pain. Listening to you harp on about some new soulmate. She's so perfect, blah, blah, blah. Oh, how I wish you'd wake up one day. Run to me, confess your love. At least just let me say that when I talk to you, won't you bed walks right through and shoots right out through my heart. And I sound like a loon, but don't you feel it to confess I loved you from the start. What's a girl to do? Lying on my bed staring into the blue. Unrequited, terrifying. Love is driving me a bit insane.
Yo, you guys want to see my best impression of a Chinese kid going to the coal mines? Here it is! Yeah, we ended up going back to the mines because I'm still trying to get better gear. Still stuck with some wooden armor of mine, and I don't really like that because the Cthulhu fight's gonna be right around the corner.
Confess I loved you, just thinking of you. You know I've loved you from the start.
But then, as I dug deeper, I found a mushroom biome. Trying to see if there's a chest here because my main quest, trying to find the magic mirror, is still on my mind. Because dealing with recall potions isn't the best thing on my mind, not having an infinite source of trying to get back home. Because if I run out of recalls, there's only one solution: death. I try to preserve this mushroom biome as best I can for future fishing quests of mine, which, you know, actually a big brain move on my part, I'm not gonna lie.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, 4-4's the point, mark 4. Ace, deuce, scrap, wants 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 4. Ace, deuce, ace, deuce, scrap, wants 4. Scrap, wants 4. Who wants the heart 4? 5 wants 4.
Check me out, y'all.
9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. 4, and he made it the hard way. Play the front line, take the hard. You have a shooter and a good one. Coming out for a new point. Get your bets down, ladies and gentlemen. He's a rolling point is 9. Place 9. Place 9. 8 shooting for 9. 5 shooting for 9. He's a
With some new
rolling point
precious,
is 9.
slimy ores that I just gotten off of the coal, out of the mines, especially the coal mines, I end up heading back up to the surface.
Wants to come. 6 to point.
Check me out, y'all.
And for our last docket today, I'd just like to thank y'all for all who are tuning into my streams and that are supporting me, mainly Banjo. You helped me a lot just getting through these streams every day by day, just being a real one in the chat. And for all the people that I play with, I'm just really thankful for y'all. But my next tip on this, back on the video game, would be the construction of an arena. Because no boss fight is fit without an arena. So, after gathering up the materials, I end up creating a ton of fucking platforms and a couple campfires because you never know, life regen convenience. And of course, an amethyst hook, because movement. And I am getting to it. But yeah, back onto that arena. I saw the traveling merchant had nothing to sell, so I didn't even bother with him, because he didn't offer me a gun. So I check on the traveling merchant, buy a bunch of balls. Wait a minute. Anyways, I buy a bunch of balls from the merchant,
Place 6.
and end up trying to build the arena.
Coming out again for a new point. Bets down, ladies and gentlemen. Who wants the hard 4? 5 wants 4.
Check me out, y'all.
4-4's the point, mark 4. Ace, deuce, scrap, wants 4. Ace, deuce, deuce. Scrap, wants, 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Who wants to come?
Check me out, y'all.
9 a winner. Got a hot hand.
The last thing on my agenda was heading west, because I haven't really explored the west side of my map yet. And, after filling in a small pond on the desert, I'm off on my way.
Place your bets.
Ah yes, the corruption. Never missed this place. But now with my new trusty musket, it'll end up being quite easier, I think. But you know why I like the musket? Because, you know, we come in and hit him with the what? You know, with my high rate of confidence, I think we can actually farm here some more. Don't you think? Never mind. Well, this concludes part 1 of today's episode of Terraria. If you guys like this, remember to like and subscribe to the channel. And remember that I do end up streaming from time to time at 7 p.m. US Central Time. Anyway, y'all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all soon. Later!